Study with Artemis, Inc. podcast. This information was produced with the assistance of AI-generated content. What is parapsychology? Parapsychology is a field of study dedicated to investigating certain phenomena that appear to transcend the known laws of science and are not explained by conventional scientific understanding. Often misunderstood and frequently confused with broader paranormal interests, parapsychology specifically focuses on what are termed psi phenomena. These phenomena are broadly categorized into two main types: extrasensory perception, ESP, and psychokinesis, PK, along with the question of survival of consciousness after death. It's important to differentiate parapsychology from other topics often lumped under the paranormal umbrella, such as astrology, UFOs, cryptids, or witchcraft. Parapsychologists aim to apply scientific methodologies, albeit with significant challenges and criticisms, to phenomena that mainstream science largely considers unproven. A brief history of parapsychology. The roots of parapsychology can be traced back to the mid-19th century, driven by a growing public interest in spiritualism and questions about consciousness and human existence beyond physical death. This period saw the emergence of psychical research. The first systematic effort to organize scientists and scholars to investigate paranormal phenomena was the founding of the Society for Psychical Research, SPR, in London in 1882. Its early members included notable figures from various academic and political fields, aiming to investigate debated phenomena like spiritualism without prejudice. The American Society for Psychical Research, ASPR, followed suit in 1885. Early investigations included studies on apparitional experiences and attempts at clairvoyance experiments. The term parapsychology was coined in 1889 by German philosopher Max Dessoir. However, it gained widespread adoption in the 1930s largely due to the work of J.B. Rhine at Duke University in North Carolina. Rhine, a botanist, and his wife Louisa Rhine, a psychologist, established the Parapsychology Laboratory at Duke in 1930. Their work marked a significant shift towards more rigorous experimental methodology and an attempt to establish the field as an academic discipline. Rhine popularized the use of Zener cards, featuring 5 simple symbols, in experiments designed to statistically test for ESP, and he also developed methods to test psychokinesis, such as influencing the fall of dice. He founded the Journal of Parapsychology in 1937 and the Parapsychological Association in 1957. In 1969, the Parapsychological Association became an affiliate of the American Association for the Advancement of Science, AAAS, a formal recognition that, while significant, did not end the scientific debate. Core phenomena studied in parapsychology, psi. The overarching term for parapsychological phenomena is psi, derived from the Greek letter psi, the initial letter of the Greek word psyche, mind, soul. Psi is often divided into two main categories: extrasensory perception, ESP, psi gamma, and psychokinesis, PK, psi kappa. Extrasensory perception, ESP, refers to the acquisition of information without the use of known sensory channels or logical inference. It encompasses several subcategories: telepathy, which is the direct mental communication or transference of thoughts, feelings, or ideas from one mind to another without the use of conventional sensory means; clairvoyance, the ability to gain knowledge about an object, person, location, or event that is hidden or distant without the use of normal senses; and precognition, the ability to perceive or know future events before they happen, which can manifest as premonitions, dreams, or visions of future occurrences. Psychokinesis, PK, also known as mind-matter interaction or telekinesis, refers to the direct mental influence on a physical system or object without any physical contact or known physical force. Claimed effects range from influencing the fall of dice in experiments to more dramatic and largely unsubstantiated claims like levitation or metal bending. Other phenomena sometimes investigated within parapsychology include near-death experiences, NDEs, which are profound subjective experiences reported by individuals who were close to death, often involving out-of-body sensations, encounters with deceased loved ones, or a review of one's life. Apparitional experiences are perceptions of a person or animal that is not physically present, often associated with deceased individuals, and reincarnation research involves studies investigating claims of past life memories, particularly in children. Methodology and experimental approaches. Parapsychological research often employs experimental designs, attempting to control variables and use statistical analysis to determine if results deviate significantly from chance. Common experimental setups include Zener card tests, as pioneered by Rhine, which involve a sender attempting to mentally transmit a symbol on a card to a receiver who guesses it, with statistical analysis used to assess hits above chance. Ganzfeld experiments are designed to create a mild sensory deprivation state in a receiver, e.g., wearing headphones with white noise and have ping-pong balls over the eyes. A sender in a separate location focuses on a target image or video, and the receiver attempts to describe what they are perceiving. The receiver then chooses the target from a set of decoys, with success rates analyzed statistically. Finally, random number generator, RNG, experiments involve subjects attempting to mentally influence the output of random number generators, aiming to produce non-random patterns. Scientific scrutiny and criticisms. Despite the efforts of parapsychologists to adopt scientific methodologies, the field remains highly controversial and is largely considered a pseudoscience by the mainstream scientific community. The primary reasons for this skepticism include a lack of reproducibility, as critics argue that parapsychological experiments have consistently failed to produce reliable, independently reproducible evidence for the existence of psi phenomena over more than a century of research, which is a cornerstone of scientific validity. Methodological flaws are also cited, with many studies criticized for design flaws, poor controls, sensory leakage, unintended sensory cues, and statistical issues. Historically, instances of fraud by subjects or even researchers have also been uncovered, further fueling skepticism. The scientific consensus also holds that extraordinary claims, such as those of phenomena that contradict established laws of physics and biology, require exceptionally strong and consistent evidence, which parapsychology has not yet provided. Furthermore, critics suggest that apparent parapsychological results can often be explained by well-known cognitive biases, such as confirmation bias, selectively noticing evidence that supports one's beliefs, the clustering illusion, seeing patterns in random data, or the file drawer effect, only positive results being published. Lastly, many scientists argue that psi phenomena are theoretically implausible within the current understanding of physical laws, leading some to dismiss any purported evidence as inherently flawed. Parapsychologists, in turn, often argue that their best research adheres to rigorous protocols, and that meta-analyses of multiple studies show small but statistically significant effects. They also point to a taboo within academia that discourages serious investigation of these phenomena, leading to a lack of funding and potential ostracism for researchers. Current status. Today, parapsychology continues to be a niche field, primarily conducted at a few university-affiliated research centers and independent institutes. While the debate about the existence of psi persists, the majority of mainstream scientists remain unconvinced due to the lack of consistently replicable and independently verifiable evidence. The field continues to face the challenge of demonstrating phenomena that can be reliably observed and measured under controlled conditions, a fundamental requirement for scientific acceptance. Copyright 2025. References: Wikipedia, Parapsychology. UMBC Library, Garrett Collection. What is parapsychology? Britannica. Parapsychological phenomenon. British Psychological Society. Will the debate about psi ever be settled? The Parapsychological Association. Why is parapsychology so controversial? Duke University Libraries. Early Studies in Parapsychology at Duke. Bruminate, PSI. A History of Parapsychology since Robert Hare in 1853.